Iran latest August 12, 24. Iran is about to attack Israel directly. There are rumors in Israeli media that point to an imminent attack on Israel, despite prior estimates that Tehran might be reconsidering the plan. Iran appears to be on the verge of escalating the continuing dispute with Israel into a full-blown regional war. In the aftermath of the murder of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran on July 31st, Iran has been making threats to launch an attack against Israel in order to exact revenge for his killing. However, stories that have been published in the media over the past few days have shown that there are differences within Iran regarding the potential escalation. Due to the pressures exerted by the administration of Vice President Joe Biden, there were also indications that Iran is reconsidering its position. According to a report published by Axios on Sunday, which cited people with knowledge of the situation, Israel's most recent intelligence assessment indicates that Iran has made the decision to exact revenge for the death of Haniyeh by conducting a frontal strike on Israel, which might take place within the next few days. This is a change from the assessment of the last few days, which suggested that international pressure on Iran was restraining it from carrying out a direct attack against Israel. According to the investigation report, the murder of Haniyeh has become a hotspot in the region, which was already experiencing a great deal of instability. In spite of the fact that Israel has neither confirmed nor denied its role in the killing, both Iran and Hamas have pointed the finger of guilt at Israel. As a result of this charge, there is a growing concern that the battle that is taking place between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip could escalate into a wider war, involving other regional parties in the conflict. Kin News, an Israeli public broadcaster, said on Sunday that the Israeli security establishment has reached a consensus that Iran is determined to launch an attack soon. This is the consensus that has been reached. It is not yet known when the attack will take place. But, according to a report by Axios, it is possible that it could take place before August 15th, which is the date on which Hamas and Israel were scheduled to hold discussions regarding a truce and the release of Israeli hostages. In spite of this, Hamas issued a statement on Sunday stating that it will not take part in the negotiations regarding the hostage agreement that will take place on August 15th. The statement made by Hamas is a tactical move ahead of a possible attack by Iran and Hezbollah and in an attempt to get better terms for the deal, according to an Israeli official who spoke with Axios. If Hamas won't come to the table, we will continue decimating their forces in Gaza. Factors related to Hezbollah. The involvement of Hezbollah, which is Iran's proxy in Lebanon, is adding to the tension that is already present. Israeli intelligence is reportedly of the opinion that Hezbollah may start an attack on Israel as early as August 12, and that Iran may follow up with a second wave of strikes shortly afterward. This information was reported by CNN. Even though it has suffered tremendous casualties in the current struggle, including the deaths of approximately 400 fighters and commanders as a result of Israeli strikes, Hezbollah has not shown any signs of retreating from its position. In point of fact, the organization that was responsible for the recent assassination of Fuad al-Shukr, a senior military officer from the Israeli Defense Forces, has only increased the intensity of its attacks on northern Israel, broadening its list of targets to include communities that had been spared in the past. Israel's readiness on the part. The spokesperson for the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, issued an unusual public statement in which they stated that the directions from the Home Front Command have not been altered in any way, despite the recent claims that have been made regarding Iran's ambitions. Despite this, the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, and other security organizations continue to maintain a state of high alert as they closely monitor developments in Iran and Hezbollah. On Sunday, Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant delivered a strong warning to newly enlisted members of the Israeli Defense Forces. He stated, "Whoever will harm us in a way that he has not acted in the past is also likely to get hit by us in a way that we have not acted in the past. These are situations that we do not want to happen, but we have to make preparations for them because they could occur." The risky sport played by Tehran. The Iranian government appears to be resolute in its determination to move forward with its plans, despite the warnings and continuous diplomatic efforts to de-escalate the situation. In a recent meeting, President Masoud Pezeshkian reportedly pleaded with Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei to refrain from taking direct military action against Israel. He also warned Khamenei of the catastrophic reprisal that may cripple Iran's already ailing economy. This information was reported by Iran International, which is an exclusive publication. According to Khamenei, however, he does not appear to be deterred, which indicates that he is willing to risk economic collapse and potential downfall in order to pursue his regional agenda. In light of this most recent development, there has been a potentially hazardous movement away from the shadow war that has characterized ties between Iran and Israel for years and toward direct conflict. Iran launched an unprecedented attack on Israel on the evening of April 13th, deploying about 300 cruise and ballistic missiles, in addition to drones. However, a coalition led by the United States was able to intercept almost all of these missiles. Israel's response was prompt and decisive, and on April 19th, it targeted a military base in Isfahan. This action was a clear show of Israel's capability and readiness to retaliate against Iranian aggression. The assessment made by the Israeli intelligence community, on the other hand, validates the promises made by Iranian military leaders that the new strike that Tehran will launch will be harsher than the one that took place in April.